Last night, President Trump rallied thousands in Florida, doubling down on one of the midterm's most hot-button issues, border security and immigration.
But is the president striking the right tone on that issue? Here to weigh in, Fox News correspondent at large, Geraldo Rivera.
Hi,
Geraldo.
Good morning. I love your Navy outfit.
Well, thank
you.
Look
at it, three blues in one. What happened to you? You didn't get the memo?
It would be nice for you to say hello to all of us. I mean, hi, Ainsley. I'm sitting right here.
So what do you think?
What do you think about his tone on immigration? Is it?
I regret it. I think it's way too hostile. I think it's a good tactic to gin up, like the ad. What the president's words are not that unreasonable. I think the ad, though, is definitely designed to frighten people. The ad where they show hordes of a president re-election ad, show hordes of migrants rushing the fence in Guatemala and says basically this is what the Democrats want.
But you know, those weren't actors. They actually were going through the fence in Guatemala.
I appreciate that. I just think that this is an issue that really demands, and I am hopeful that the day after election, these two parties get together finally to resolve this fraught issue that has divided the American people, is given disproportionate attention, in my view. I don't think the troops are going to do any good down there. I think that it's a lot like my coverage of the Haitian earthquake, where the troops come in and you've got to build a tent city to support the troops. Then you got to feed the troops. Then you have to have sanitation for the troops. So much effort, tens of millions of dollars, goes just into the logistics effort. Then what do they do when they get there? Fix bayonets and face off against some lady with 3 children? I think it's...
Well, they're supposed to support, and it allows the border security to move out front.
How about this? Here, now pretend I'm President Trump for half a second. How about suggesting the problem is that by law, people from Central America and some of these other countries have a right, once they reach a port of entry, to declare or request asylum.
Thanks to Senator Feinstein's law in 2008.
It is the law. So the problem is that we only have a handful of immigration judges to hear all those cases, so they wait 6 months, 8 months. They disappear into the fabric of the country. The president's absolutely right. Well, how about this as a businessman's solution to the problem? Aside from the wall, we can talk about the wall, is to get more immigration judges. Just recruit, draft hundreds and hundreds of them. But instead of a factor of dozens, Steve, let's resolve this. Let's get rid of the backlog. Let's give these people the due process the current law approves of.
They have 1,000 a day.
1,900 a day.
What would you rather have, Brian? Would you rather have a confrontation between innocent, unarmed civilians and U.S. military troops on the border?
It's to send a message. The same message says, come here, we'll be America's serious.
But how about this for the message? The message is, you come here, we're going to give you that hearing, and we're going to get sent home unless this, this, and this, and spell out in very concrete terms exactly what it takes to qualify for asylum.
That would obviously require more assets from Congress. Maybe the new Congress will do something like that. But we also want to talk about your Murder in the Family series.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Completely unrelated to the earlier
Totally
topic.
unrelated. It's for the Reels channel. I look it up in your directory. I'm going back to some of the roots. You know, I've loved crime reporting, true crime reporting, and this adds to that, to the emotional collision that people experience when they get involved in a violent crime. This adds, on top of that, you also have the celebrity factor. All of these cases have somebody very famous who's central, either as the victim or the perpetrator. In the first episode, Jennifer Hudson, whose sister and mom and nephew were slain by the this aberrant sicko, her brother-in-law. So you talk about how these people with grace and dignity managed to survive the crime that we are forensically examining and very meticulously reporting. Nothing sensational about this. This is just, remember Jack Webb and Dragnet? Just the facts, man, just the facts. And I'm very proud of it, and there are 6 episodes. The first one is Saturday at 9 o'clock on Reels. Can I just say one last thing about if I could talk to the president, I hope that I get the chance to see him in Cleveland on Monday night. I would say now the election is tomorrow, Tuesday, Mr. President. On Wednesday, reach out to Schumer and say, put it up or shut up. You want the wall, all right, elections have consequences, you get the wall. But give me amnesty for these dreamers. Give me some path to citizenship.
They were close
for
to
these
that deal
and they
before.
were so close to that deal. Forget all the rest, forget the noise. I think that the wall, you want to send a message. A wall sends a message, don't come. but also by public service announcements and all these Latin American TV and radio stations that counters the message that all they have to do is show up and they have the path to the American dream. Let's be aggressive about it in a smart way, rather than having cameras focus on on a trooper from the 101st Airborne facing off with a mom and her baby, which I think will be an awful optic. It smacks of racism. I don't like it at all.
Yeah, it probably will never come to that because it'll be Border Patrol in front.
Well, whatever it is, Brian, let's have a measured approach. Let's solve this problem. I've been arguing. I mean, how many times have I almost come to blows with during O'Reilly's day?
You almost hit her. Yeah.
All right. Geraldo, thank you very much. We'll be watching for you over on the Reels.
Thanks,
Thank
Geraldo.
you. Thank you.